This is Kugan Cassius from iFLTV. Off-air joke by Buddy McGurk. Brilliant, we can't repeat it. Some food here for Callum Smith. He's just come back from the hospital. Just give us an update there, mate.
Just me cut. When they looked at the cut, he said it was cut like inside as well, so probably needs like say plastic surgery, but I think it's just they have to stitch inside as well as outside. So I had to go there, get that checked over, scan the bones around and all that, but all okay. So yeah, all stitched up. Tough fight.
Because we heard that he wasn't going to be coming back, and then he obviously just literally walked through the door now.
Yeah, the plan all week in my own head. I remember saying, when I get in, get the job done, win, get out, have some pizza and sit and enjoy an amazing show, and it didn't quite go to plan. I got took straight to hospital and had to take my boots off and stuff as I was going to hospital. But yeah, pleased the result. I think I proved a lot of people wrong tonight, and I'm happy, man.
It was an unbelievable fight. Fair play to yourself and Joshua Buatsi. So what your opinion on the scorecards? One was very wide. What did you think of the scorecards in general?
I thought that was very wide. I thought that was a little bit harsh on Josh Buatsi. When it got announced, I kind of knew I'd won because there's no way he'd won that wide, do you know what I mean? Even though I didn't think I won that wide, but the other two scorecards I thought were pretty. I think it was that 8-4, 7-5. I always felt I was ahead, but it was always competitive, and there were times where I felt like I was starting to turn the screw, and then he'd rally back and get himself back into it. It was one of those fights, but I said from round one I felt like I was always ahead in the fight, but I know it was a tough fight. He took some shots, he took some good shots, and I didn't realise how good a fight it was. It was just a tough fight when you're in there, but when I've looked at my social media, people saying how good of an actual fight it was. I've seen people saying fight of the year and stuff on Sky, and I didn't realise it was that good of a fight. It was a tough fight for me when I'm in there, but it's hard to score, it's hard to take it all in. I was coming back to the corner, they were giving me their opinion, assessing how the fight was going, but I just needed to win. I said all week I was here to win and prove I was the better fighter, and I got given a chance to do that.
Did he fight exactly how you thought he would fight tonight?
Yeah, I felt I've had two losses, and the two people who beat me put me on the back foot, and I think people, as I was saying to my dad before in the hospital, people kind of don't realise I'm a very, very good inside fighter. Just the two people who beat me put me on the back foot and beat me, but I'm very, very good up close, and I knew in that type of fight I'd come out on top, and I thought he'd try and smother me, get close and get his inside work off, but I knew I'd beat him in that type of fight, and I felt I was beating him at range with the jab, but then up close, nobody would tell him to just stay inside, short my shots up, and probably what made it a better fight to watch. But I'm glad I've showed that for the tall fighter I can fight up close, and I think people kind of forgot that when obviously with the two fights I lost.
Just a quick couple of things before I let you go. In the ring afterwards, did you have a word with one of his team? It looked like you said something. Yeah,
at the head-to-head, the way he was shouting over the shoulder, he's damaged goods and stuff, which I think is just a bit disrespectful. I get you've got to hype your man up and stuff, but no, we had a young fighter lose his life a couple of weeks ago, so things shouting stuff like that's a little bit disrespectful. And then he come in my changing room to watch me get my hands wrapped and just made a few comments that I just thought were a little bit disrespectful. I know my nutritionist gave me a drink and stuff to go in. He said, "It's not going to help you." And then the board inspector was being nice and said, "I lost how long I've been professional," and he said, "Well, you can hang them up after this one, can't you?" And I just thought he was just a bit of a tit, to be honest with you, but I bit my lip and I said after it, "Don't ever speak to me like that." And I think you're very disrespectful. And he was like, "I've got to shit talk a bit," but I said, "But shit talking and then there's being a tip basically," and it backfired because I think they wish I was damaged goods because I'm clearly not yet.
Last one, I spoke to Eddie immediately after your win. He obviously mentioned the fight that's just about to happen now, the rematch between Beterbiev and Bivol. It hasn't happened yet, so can't get your opinion. He also mentioned Anthony Yard, who's obviously got that fight with Lyndon Arthur coming up. And then outside that, Benavidez, who's here tonight as well. I mean, these are names that obviously you want one of them. I'm assuming you want the best one possible for you and what's right for your career.
Yeah, look, as I fight, I do what's best for me and my career. I've said I'm at that point in my career now where I'm going to do what's best for me. And like I said, the Buatsi fight was best for me. It put me closer to where I wanted to be. And there's been talk for years over the domestic fights, and I'm not in boxing just because it's a good domestic fight. I'm in boxing to become a world champion, and I was never really, Buatsi was never in my sight. But the minute he became interim world champion, he then had something that progressed me in my career, and I've beat him, I've took his interim world title, so I want to be a world champion. So whatever I think we know a little bit more in about an hour's time of what's going to happen with the division and the belts and who's going to have them and whatnot. So I don't know, we'll see, let my wounds heal, get back in the gym with Buddy, and then we'll see what the best option out is for me. But it's a good division, there's a lot of good fights out there for me, but I want to be a 2-weight world champion. I've said that from the get-go, that's the goal, and tonight put me very, very close to achieving that. So one more step and hopefully I can get it.
Callum Smith, thank you very much for your time. Congratulations. I'm going to let you get on and watch this fight, and thank you very much for your time.